Well, really, I've been more interested in dodging titles, and so I've heard people throw around a lot of titles on me, and and so it just became important to me to find something that kind of spoke to all of the stuff that I'm interested in, and artist just seemed the most simple, as opposed to poet, musician, actor, artist just seems to be the fullest representation of it all. But I've spent more time dodging titles than accepting them, you know. But artist seems fair enough.
Whereas, great beats have been the missing link connecting the diasporic community to its drum-woven past. Whereas the quantized drummers allow the whirling mathematicians to calculate the ever-changing distance between rock and stardom. Whereas the velocity of spinning vinyl, cross-faded, spun backwards, and re-released at the same given moment of recorded history, yet at a different moment in time's continuum, has allowed history to catch up with the present. We do hereby declare reality unkept by the changing standards of dialogue.
The first official play I did was in third grade. I did Julius Caesar and played Mark Antony, and I think I had started rhyming by then. If not, I started rhyming soon after and doing talent shows and reciting poems or whatever. I told them I wanted to be an actor when I grew up, when I was in third grade. And of course my dad was like, I'll support you as an actor if you get a law degree, which is actually kind of crazy. It was like, get something to fall back on. The end of my sophomore year in college, I realized that, because it was about time for me to, or maybe it was junior year, start preparing for LSAT or what have you, and I was like, wait a second, why would I ever put any of my energy towards something to fall back on? It's more important for me to put all my energy towards what I want to do, which to me didn't mean dropping out of school and moving to Hollywood to audition, but what it did mean was really paying attention to a lot of the actors that I appreciated and studying their paths. And I realized that a lot of them had gone to, primarily a lot of my favorite actors at that time had gone to like two schools, which were like NYU and Yale for their graduate acting programs. So I applied to those two schools. My first year at NYU, I was invited to a poetry reading by a girl that I thought was cute, and I went and saw these people on stage reading stuff from their journals or reciting stuff that just looked like my journal entries, and so it's like, seems like I should be doing that because I kind of write like that, and I love the stage. I'm on the stage all the time. I just came from play rehearsal, and they're nervous because they're not used to being on stage. I'm on stage every night. And so from that point, like it really started, like I think the first stage I hit was in March of that year. So a few months passed, I wrote something thinking of the stage. It was my first poem, Amethyst Rocks. Well, the messages are for myself, like my work is a lot of my a lot of the work is therapeutic and cathartic for me, where I'm working through whatever I'm going through in my regular life, and then I'm also planting messages or seeds for myself to tend later in life when I need them. It's like I'm essentially like planting a garden, so that when all these dead things are in me and I'm slowly becoming jaded because of one more failed relationship or what have you, I have a show coming up and I recite this poem that I wrote back then, and I hear a line in that poem that actually makes me realize the bigger picture. And so it's like a time capsule that I'm leaving for myself. So the messages are for me first and foremost, but I know that I am a reflection of the all, especially with the spotlight and the help of a camera.
Supply the percussive factor of forever. If you must count to keep the beat, then count.
Life, love, family, relationship. Relationship is a huge point of inspiration for me. I learned so much through learning how to interact and all that. Music, music is huge, and the possibility and potential for change to occur within our lifetimes, you know. And by change, I mean a change for the better. I mean a more enhanced version of reality, you know, reality HD, you know, where the surreal becomes what's real, so that the next layer of shit will have to become labeled as surreal.
I need fruit and vegetables, for only living things can feed the span of wings, and thus she was born to charter my flight into the blues of night. I am the darkness that precedes the light, a pupil of the sea's reflected sight. Notebook in hand, I footnote land and write, plot dot 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 and dot my eyes as bright, and cast my lot amongst the children and the night.